composition based classification of ceramic material. This presentation is submitted to respected Professor Dr. Kiran Shahzadi. Before starting the presentation, we will look at that slide. Composition based classification of ceramic material. Oxide ceramics are divided into 5 different categories: aluminium oxide, magnesium oxide, zirconium oxide, aluminium titanate, lead zirconate titanate. We will discuss these 5 different categories in detail later in the next slides. Silicate ceramics. Silicate ceramics are divided into 3 categories: porcelain, magnesium silicates, and mullite. Carbide ceramics. Carbide ceramics are also divided into 3 different categories: boron carbide, silicon carbide, tungsten carbide. Silicon carbide are divided into further 2 categories: open porous silicon carbide and dense silicon carbide. Open porous silicon carbide further divided into 3 different categories: silicate bonded silicon carbide, recrystallized silicon carbide, nitride bonded silicon carbide. Dense silicon carbide also divided into 5 different categories: liquid phase sintered silicon carbide, reaction bonded silicon carbide, host isostatically pressed silicon carbide, sintered silicon carbide, silicon infiltrated silicon carbide. Nitride ceramic divided into 3 different categories: silicon nitride, silicon aluminium oxynitride, and aluminium nitride. So we will start with classification of ceramic based on composition oxide ceramic. How ceramic oxides are formed? Oxide is a chemical compound made up of oxygen combined with at least one another element. When oxygen combined with another element, then oxides are formed. For example, when oxygen combined with aluminium, then aluminium oxides are formed. When oxygen combined with magnesium, then magnesium oxides are formed. Similarly, when oxygen combined with zirconium, zirconium dioxide are formed, and aluminium titanate and lead zirconate. What is aluminium oxide and what is its role and its application? It is exceptionally hard, strong, sharp, abrasive made from a process in which aluminium gel is dried and crushed. It has ability to refracture at submicron level. Here, the word abrasive means a substance or material capable of polishing or cleaning a hard surface by rubbing. Or aluminium gel means when hydrogen catalyst combined with large quantity of water, then gel is formed. So aluminium oxide it is very hard, it is very strong, or it has ability to refracture. Refracture means to break down. It has ability to refracture at submicron level. Submicron level having submicron subparticles being less than micron in measurement. These particles are called submicron level particles. Applications. Aluminium oxide are used in medical prostheses, artificially prepared medical instruments, ballistic armors, electrical insulators, grinding media, and wear components. Magnesium oxide. It is a white hygroscopic solid mineral that occurs naturally as periclase and is a source of magnesium. Hygroscopy. The term hygroscopy is when zinc chloride combined with calcium chloride, potassium hydroxide, and sodium hydroxide, and they readily dissolve in water and they absorb. This term is called hygroscopy. Magnesium oxide is a white hygroscopic mineral, or it occurs naturally as periclase. Periclase is a colorless mineral consisting of magnesium oxide. It occurs chiefly in minor amount in marbles and limestone, and it is a source of magnesium. Magnesium oxide is produced by calcination of magnesium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide, or by the treatment of magnesium chloride with lime followed by heat. Here the term calcination. Calcination is a heating a solid to high temperature in the absence of oxygen or air to remove the impurities. Next is application of magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide are used in heating elements, thermocouple tubes, high temperature crucibles, and simmer. Here, the term thermocouple tubes. Thermocouple tubes are those tubes which is closed at one end and used to protect the internal materials from direct heat. Or it is manufactured from 99.8% pure aluminum oxide. High temperature crucible. They are highly resistant to chemical, alkaline, and fluxes. Zirconium dioxide. It is the most studied ceramic material. Its application. It is used in dental ceramics, tubes, pipes, riser, riser tubes, and thermocouple tubes. Lead zirconate titanate. It is an intermetallic inorganic compound with chemical formula PbZrX TiX O thrice. Here, intermetallic compounds. Intermetallic compounds are formed from electropositive and electronegative metals, which chemically bond to form compound with specific composition and crystalline structure. It is also called PZT. PZT stands for lead zirconate titanate. It is ceramic perovskite material that shows a marked piezoelectric effect. Perovskite material. Perovskite is any material with a crystal structure similar to mineral called perovskite. It consists of calcium titanium oxide. It shows marked piezoelectric effect. Piezoelectric piezoelectricity या piezoelectric effect is the electric charge that accumulates in certain solid materials in response to applied mechanical stress. It finds practical application in the area of electroceramics. What are electroceramics? Electroceramics ceramic materials which are able to perform an electronic functions for particular applications. It is white solid. Lead zirconate titanate is a white solid or it is insoluble in all solvent. Whether this solvent may be polar or this solvent may be non-polar. Application of lead zirconate titanate, it is used in aerospace, automotive, and telecommunication. Aerospace is a human effort in science, engineering, and business to fly in the atmosphere of Earth and surrounding space, combining aerospace engineering. Or automotive. Automotive industry comprises a wide range of companies and organizations involved in the design and development, manufacturing, marketing, and selling of motor vehicles. And it is also used in the telecommunication. Telecommunication is a transmission of information by various types of technologies over wire with the help of radios, optical wires, and electromagnetic signals. Next is carbide ceramics. Carbide ceramics are extremely resistant against high temperature, abrasion, and corrosion. The word abrasion, the process of scraping or wearing something away, or an area damaged by scraping or wearing away. So it is materials which can bear high temperature, it can withstand with high temperature, and it is also resistant to corrosion. They have high thermal and variable electrical conductivity and mainly used in mechanical, chemical, and power engineering. It has ability to withstand in high temperature and it variable electrical conductivity. Boron carbide, it is extremely hard, synthetically produced material, and this material is produced artificially, or that is used in abrasive. The term abrasive is already explained in the next slide, previous slides, and wear resistant product. In lightweight composite materials and in control rods for nuclear power generation. Nuclear power plants are a type of power plants that use the process of nuclear fission in order to generate electricity. Nuclear power generation, we generate electricity. Application of bronze carbide. Bronze carbide are used in padlocks. Padlocks are portable locks with shackle that may be pressed through opening to prevent use or harm condition. It is also used as abrasives, cutting tools, grit blasting nozzles. Blasting nozzles, a full selection of blasting nozzles incorporating a wide range of sizes in most popular materials of tungsten carbide, aluminum, and etc. Silicon carbide. It is also extremely hard, synthetically produced. It is also produced artificially, crystalline compound of silicon and carbide. An important material for sandpaper, it is used for sandpaper, grinding wheels, and cutting tools. Sandpaper is produced in a range of grid size and is used to remove material from the surface. It is also used for cleaning purposes. Application of silicon carbide. Silicon carbide is used refractory lining, heating elements for industrial furnaces, in wear resistant part for pumps and rocket engines. Refractory lining. Refractory lining is basically a protective layer installed inside the furnace to protect the steel structure from high temperature. Wear, the term wear refers to continuous material loss from the surface of solid body caused by mechanical, thermal, chemical impact of solid, liquid, or gaseous contacting body. Tungsten carbide. It is an inorganic chemical compound. Inorganic means it does not contain carbon or hydrogen. It is a fine gray powder, but it can be pressed and formed into shape for use in industrial machinery. Applications of tungsten carbide. It is used as drill bits. Drill bits are cutting tools used to remove materials to create holes almost away of circular cross section. Surgical instruments. Tungsten carbide is also used in surgical instruments and jewelries. Next is nitride ceramics. Nitride ceramic is a white, high melting point solid. It is relatively chemically inert. It is made, nitride ceramic are not affected by any chemical reactions. It is most thermodynamically stable, stability of silicon nitride. Thermodynamic stability occurs when system is in lowest energy state or in chemical equilibrium with its environment. Applications. Nitride ceramic are used as wear guides, seals, bearings, and grinding media. Aluminium nitride. Aluminium nitride is used optoelectronics. Optoelectronics is the study and application of electronic devices and systems that source, detect, and control light, usually considered a subfield of, it is also considered a subfield of photonics. It is used in military applications, dielectric layers in optical storage media, electronic substrate, chip carrier where high thermal conductivity is essential. Silicon aluminum oxynitride are specialist class of high temperature of refractory materials, those materials which can withstand high temperature for a long period of time with high strength and good thermal shock resistance. It is also have high ability to withstand high temperature. Silicon aluminum oxynitride are used thermocouple protection tubes for non-ferrous metal melting. Those metals which does not contain iron, those it is used for thermocouple protection tubes. Thermocouple protection tube is also already explained. Those tubes which have one closed end and it protect the internal materials from harm conditions. It is also used as immersion heaters or burner tubes. Immersion heaters are used in industrial processes to keep different liquids like water, oil, chemicals, along with gas neutralized at suitable temperature. It is also used as welding and brazing fixtures and pipes, degassing, and injector tubes in non-ferrous metals. Degassing tubes provide simple and effective method. It is a simple method for removing gases from the molten metals. Metal feed tubes in alumina or die casting. The term die casting is a metal casting process that is characterized by forcing molten metal under high pressure into mold cavity. The mold cavity is created using two hardened tool steel dies which have been machined into shapes and work. That was the applications of silicon aluminum oxynitrides. Next is silicate ceramics. They are used in electronics, electrical engineering, and act as an electrical insulation in fuses. Silicate ceramics are used in electrical devices, but they does not allow electricity to pass it, or it is used as a fuse in homes, industries, or it as a voltage controller. Porcelain. It is a ceramic material made by heating material generally including clay in the form of kaolin in the kiln. The term kaolinite is a clay mineral with chemical composition aluminium Al2Si2O5 OH4. It is an important industrial mineral. The toughness, strength, and translucence of porcelain arise mainly from formation of glass and mineral mullite within fired body at this high temperature. Toughness, strength, and translucence. Translucence, ability, the quality of letting some lights pass through or being partially transparent is the translucence. Or the term tar. It is a porcelain tile is used in porcelain tiles, porcelain wares. Magnesium silicate. It exists in several forms. It exists in more than one forms, both natural and manufacturers. It also available naturally and it can also be prepared in the laboratories artificially. One of the most common form of this compound is mineral tar, which can be found in deposit around the world. Talc is a clay mineral composed of hydrated magnesium silicate. Talc in powder form often combined with cornstarch. It is used as a baby powder. Magnesium silicate application, it is used as a basis for halogen lamps, switches, and plug parts. The last slide is mullite. Mullite is another name, or it is commonly denoted as Al2O3 SiO2. It is actually a solid solution. Or it is the largest use of mullite-based product. It is in refractories. Refractory, the term refractories are already explained. The good mechanical properties at high temperature of high purity mullite have been made them potential high temperature engineering ceramics. Or mullite is used in turbine engine components or various different machinery components. And that was all about my presentation. I hope you understand better my presentation, and thank you for kindness listening my presentation. Allah Hafiz.
अच्छा जी, चलें, बहुत अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशन थी। टाइम भी 1 मिनट रह गया हमारी मीटिंग ख़त्म होने के लिए। ठीक है, इसी तरीके से प्रेजेंट करें सब, बाकी भी जितने लोग हैं ना।
मैं प्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ
अभी?
जी मैम।
चलें फिर ये खत्म होने दें, मीटिंग खत्म होने दें। आपने इंडिपेंडेंटली करनी है तो बाद में कर दें, अभी ये मीटिंग खत्म हो जाएगी तो
ठीक है।
2 बंदे रहते हैं।
जी जी, अभी ये इसको जरा फिनिश करें फिर आ जाएं।
ठीक है मैम।
ये आप एंड कर दे ना मीटिंग, आप जो होस्ट है वो इसका खत्म कर दे, जो इसने अभी स्टार्ट की हुई 1 मिनट। हाँ जी, खत्म करें इसको।